Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is going to be the second session in the series. So today we are going to understand the concept of sustainability. Now, I just want to share with you guys quickly a couple of points before we get into the details of today's session. So firstly, all living creatures, including us, we all perform a lot of activities in any given day, right? We always try to do many things, we always try to learn new things at any given point of time, right? So in everything we do, or in everything we learn, we always aim to achieve some kind of a result or some kind of an outcome, right? So similarly, in permaculture practice, one must aim to achieve sustainability in all the systems they create. It could be food systems, it could be energy systems, it could be any other systems. But we must aim to achieve sustainability in all the systems we try to create, right? So the second thing is that now this term sustainability is used by too many people in so many different ways that for some it becomes misleading and confusing, right? So I mean, there are way too many definitions out there, and each time you try to define it, there comes a new meaning because everyone tries to put it from their own perspective, right? So to avoid that confusion, I have planned it in such a way that I'll break this particular concept into three individual sessions, uh, where initially we'll start by understanding the term, and then we'll try to understand the true meaning of human sustainability, and then we can see how permaculture and sustainability goes together, right? So I think by doing that, this will help us in the design process in the long run.
So in this part 1 of the concept, we will focus on understanding the term. So how do we define it? Or how can we tell if something is sustainable? Now you can see that there are two words associated with this term. One is sustain, which from an ecological perspective mean is to support or strengthen something for a very long time without depleting the resources in hand and thereby produce no waste or pollution. And secondly, ability refers to the capacity or potential of the subject. And now in simple terms, sustainability talks about the natural capacity or potential of a particular subject to support or strengthen itself so that it can continue to function for a very long time without depleting the resources in hand and thereby produces no waste. So the three important aspects of sustainability are: one, a sustainable system must not deplete the resources in hand. Secondly, a sustainable system must not produce waste or pollution. And thirdly, a sustainable system must have the ability to function for a very long time. Furthermore, to reinforce our grip on this concept, let's look at few examples we commonly see in our everyday life and inquire if they qualify all these three aspects and thereby understand their respective levels of sustainability. The first example that we are going to see is a car that runs on gasoline. And now for this car to function as expected, we need to feed it with gasoline, which is a natural resource that is limitedly available in our nature. And now this car can only function as expected till the time the gasoline is available. And today we all know that fossil fuels such as coal, crude oil and natural gas are finite on our planet. And if we consume them the way we are doing now, they will eventually run out. And in addition, their consumption is the main source of carbon emissions that causes global warming and climate change. So what do you think? Do you think that a car that runs on fossil fuels is sustainable? Does it qualify all these three aspects of sustainability? No. A car consumes a ton of fossil fuels and in return it produces a lot of waste in the form of hydrocarbons that persist in our environment. And one day when we run out of all these fossil fuels, this car stops functioning. So it does not qualify any of these three aspects of sustainability and therefore it's unsustainable. And now we can relate the same with all the things that we use in our day-to-day life. Our computers, our washing machines, our air conditioners. You can relate it to all the things and see if they are sustainable. And now let's look at one more example and see if it is sustainable. Consider a tree. Now for this tree to function and grow, it needs water, sunlight and carbon dioxide. Now even though these three resources are infinitely available in nature, the tree would only require them in limited amounts. So by using these resources in limited amounts, this tree continues to function and produce leaves, stems, fruits and other body parts. And every year this tree sheds its leaves, it produces fruits, some of which are consumed by other life forms and rest falls on the ground, and it also sheds other kinds of plant litter. So all the waste in the form of tree litter that falls on the ground gets decomposed and that nutrient rich material is taken back by the tree. So by performing these activities, this tree not only gets stronger but also continue to survive for a very long time. So what do you think? Do you think that a tree is sustainable? Does it qualify all these three aspects of sustainability? Yes. It takes up and utilizes only limited amounts of resources. A tree does not produce any harmful waste that persists in our environment. And thirdly, it grows stronger and stronger each year and continues to function for a very long time. So any system that qualifies all these three aspects of sustainability can be called a sustainable system. Any system that runs for a very long time in such a way that it utilizes limited resources and produce no waste can be called a sustainable system. So that defines the term sustainability. So guys, that's the end of part 1. And in the next part of this series, we will try to understand why this concept of sustainability is so confusing for some and what is the true meaning of human sustainability. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon.